We're still holding on to the heat today with rain and snow on the way as well with some windy conditions. More about that in just a moment.
Right now this morning, a meeting today could have a huge impact on local hemp businesses. I'll have more info on the potential ordinance up next.
President Trump defending his economic agenda in a primetime address. We'll tell you more about what he said. And despite the state of the economy, a predicted 122.4 million people will travel this holiday season. What you can expect. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Thursday, December 18th. It is about 5:59, just about 6 a.m. Time to get out of bed, everybody. Hope your morning is off to a good start. We'll send it over to Art. He might help motivate us to get up and going.
No, Mom, I don't want to get out of bed.
I know, it's tough out there.
As we get into it today, we have wind gusts up to at least 25, 26 miles per hour right now. They'll pick up all the way up to 45 mile per hour wind gusts. Rainfall is on the way and starting to move up to the areas along I-94, getting into areas by Rusk County as well as Eau Claire. Then we'll see that wind turn into snowfall getting into the afternoon. As that happens, we'll see that continue all the way into the evening hours as well. Let's take a look at what we've got going on for you. The lows holding on to some 30s and some 40s. Yeah, that's that heat, the warm sector we are in right now, still with that heat still holding on for today. Temperatures will be about a few degrees warmer than those lows. We'll get into about 41 all the way to 39 for Eau Claire, looking at 40 for Decorah, and La Crosse at 40 degrees, 43 as you get into Prairie du Chien. But we are going to chill down those temperatures as we go into tomorrow, as well as into Saturday and possibly Sunday. Holding on to your hats here, we get into La Crosse, you're looking at least 25 to 31 degrees as we go into tomorrow. But we're going to see temperatures start to get cold for tomorrow morning, but they're going to start to warm up going through the afternoon and evening hours all the way to the nighttime. Breezy and gusty winds today. We'll see some of that for tomorrow as well. Holding on to the possibility of some wind gusts, as I mentioned, up to 25 miles per hour. And of course, we also have the wet roadways because of the rainfall. Then eventually we'll see that turn into ice, and then eventually maybe a little icy roadways with wet roadways as well as the rain continues turning into snowfall as we go into your afternoon. So please be careful. You'll see that rainfall continue with temperatures from 40 in the morning carrying over to 34 degrees by the afternoon. Yeah, temperatures are going the different direction. Holding on to the possibility for Eau Claire as well. 38 as we go through the morning, 37, 36 leading into the afternoon, about 35 by the time we get into 1 o'clock. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. President Trump defending his record on the economy in a primetime speech last night as we take a live look at the White House. He spoke from here for about 20 minutes, blaming Democrats as he talked up his accomplishments on immigration, trade, and lowering prices. But the speech comes as many Americans say they're being squeezed by higher prices. CBS's Jared Hill reports.
We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen.
In an 18-minute primetime address focused on his economy, President Trump began by blaming his predecessor.
11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it.
He celebrated his efforts to curb immigration.
We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country.
Championed tariff policy.
We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs.
And touted efforts to curb inflation.
I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast.
Not entirely true, according to CBS News analysis of government data. Americans also say they're feeling the pinch when paying for essentials.
Prices are just too high. Everything is too high.
In a new CBS News poll, 63% of respondents said the economy is bad. 76% say their income isn't keeping up with inflation.
My grocery bill has definitely doubled.
The latest government data also shows that unemployment ticked up to 4.6% last month, the highest in 4 years.
In Trump's America, people are being squeezed in every direction.
Looking to the future, President Trump announced plans for a warrior dividend, $1,776 for some members of the military, the amount a nod to the year the country was founded. He also promised to unveil aggressive housing reform in the new year. Jared Hill, CBS News.
And the president's speech comes as Affordable Care Act subsidies are set to expire at the end of the year. He says subsidies should go directly to Americans, not insurance companies. He takes his economic message to North Carolina tomorrow. La Crosse County's Board of Supervisors, meanwhile, will vote on putting an age restriction on hemp-derived products. News 8 Now, Seth Padilla is in the newsroom with those details for us. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. So right now, certain parts of La Crosse County have no age restrictions when it comes to buying hemp-based products. This new ordinance looks to impose new, clear guidelines and restrictions for sellers. So to give everyone some background, a 2018 federal farm bill loophole is what allows businesses to sell hemp-derived THC products. Some municipalities, like the city of La Crosse, have implemented age restrictions, but in other areas in La Crosse County, like unincorporated ones, the vendor gets to decide who they sell to. La Crosse County aims to address the confusion.
What this ordinance will do is make sure that we have a set of rules in place for those, especially under 21, really limiting their access to these products and penalizing vendors who are not checking IDs or who are selling to those under 21.
The county board will vote on the ordinance today. If it passes, it goes into effect immediately. And while local municipalities debate restrictions, there is a bill circulating in Wisconsin State Senate that would restrict THC products for anyone under 21. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for that update, Seth. We'll let you know what happens at tonight's meeting. And a judge, meanwhile, setting bond at $1 million for Matthew Sierra, accused of killing a woman and unborn child in a La Crosse house fire. Sierra faces first-degree murder in the death of Alexis Pickett. An autopsy revealed Pickett died before the fire started. Officials say she was pregnant with Sierra's second child. He was an instructor at Western Technical College. He is on administrative leave. And Morgan Geyser's attorney says she won't contest a petition revoking her conditional release. Police say she escaped her group home in Madison in November after cutting off her ankle bracelet. Geyser was one of the women behind the 2014 Slender Man stabbing. New details tied to the Blackhawk Bridge implosion. In Wisconsin, the entire ferry landing area will be closed to the public for safety. That means no public viewing areas. The bridge went up in 1931. It closed in October for safety concerns. The new bridge opens in 2027, and tomorrow's demolition is set for 9:30 a.m. Winter is putting some extra strain on local animal shelters as rising costs force tough decisions for pet owners. News 8 Now's Jadius McGee reports.
Shelters across Wisconsin have been operating under heavy pressure this winter, pressure that's been building around La Crosse for months.
We've been sitting over capacity at around 300 to 325 animals for probably the last 8 months. Our owner surrender numbers are about 55% up from last year, which is pretty incredible.
Staff say the increase in surrenders is tied to multiple factors, but the biggest issue coming up when families walk through the door? Finances. Shelters say families have to pay for multiple expenses for both themselves and their pets.
It's hard to kind of prioritize certain aspects when your food has increased in cost quite a bit. You know, are you feeding your kids or are you feeding your pet? That's really kind of shown as the #1 reason that people were struggling or unable to keep their pets.
Shelter workers say the emotional toll is just as heavy for both the families and animals.
It's pretty sad for all of us. You know, people really do love their animals in most cases, and having to give them up is pretty traumatic for a handful of people we've seen over this last fall.
Shelter workers say the biggest challenge now is how long these conditions could last.
We really hope that improves, but until something kind of changes and inflation settles down a little bit, I don't necessarily see a dramatic change from where we are right now.
Reporting in La Crosse, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now this morning.
The Cooley Region Humane Society says they're donating some of their pet food to the Hunger Task Force. And an update this morning on Bubba's Fund. It has now raised $60,000. The foundation looks to bring AEDs to child care centers in Wisconsin in honor of their son, Charlie, who died at daycare last year. Organizers say having the devices readily available will save lives.
If a bus driver is driving around town and knows that every state licensed child care center in the city of La Crosse has an AED, guess what? If there's an emergency, a medical emergency there, they can say, child care center's open, go run, get the AED.
Most of these devices will be placed in centers in La Crosse. Distribution starts today. Bangor Bee Club is giving back to children in need. The students holding their annual donation to Mayo and Amplify hospitals, donating toys and gifts to kids and families.
We're just trying to give back to the community because our community has helped us so much.
I know it can be very stressful in the hospital to have to stay here and not be able to go home and all that. So I'm glad that we could provide some stuff that could hopefully make their stay a little easier.
This is the 8th year the club has donated to the hospitals. And a 9-foot menorah lit at Valley View Mall to mark the 4th night of Hanukkah. That event included music, dancing, and traditional food. Rabbi Schimmel said this year's celebration emphasized Jewish pride during a difficult time.
The message of Hanukkah is a clear message that in order to overcome darkness is not by fighting it, by adding light, by coming out and doing these events, not going to hiding, not be afraid. And when we add light more and more, the darkness will go away. Don't worry, it's not a everlasting thing.
Hanukkah continues through December 22nd. The time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news. Scams ramp up during the holidays. We'll tell you what to watch out for. Menards settling a false advertising lawsuit. And Super Saturday is coming with a record number of shoppers. And we're also expecting to see a record number of travelers this season. We'll tell you what to expect at the airport. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Nobody won Powerball last night, so Friday's jackpot will jump to an estimated $1.5 billion. The odds of winning stay the same, 1 out of 292 million, but someone does have to win. Could be you, could be me. And as you begin to wake up this morning, we'll leave you with a quick wake-up call. A live look at Lambeau Field, of course, a look from Green Bay. This is where the Packers have been busy practicing all week, ready to take on the Bears on Saturday night at Soldier Field. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Get Grandma's home-style meatloaf with mashed potatoes, gravy, and corn for $18.99, as well as mixers for $4.50. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
More joy, more style, and more savings. That's what you'll find at King Furniture this holiday season. With our incredible stock of inventory, you can always find whatever you need ready for free delivery. And if it's a custom look you want, we have you covered. Shop our selection of England sofas and sectionals and choose from thousands of fabrics and leathers. Plus, when you trade in your old furniture, get a discount on new. And we'll haul away the old for free. There's no better time to shop at King Furniture.
It's time to wrap up your holiday shopping for less at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, with great last-minute gifts at even better prices for all the originals on your list. Like Workin' Sports Super Stretch knit hats, $7.99 each. These Barbie or Hot Wheels playsets are on sale, only $19.99. All Power Sport helmets, accessories, and covers are 20% off. Plus, Blaine's gift cards make the perfect stocking stuffers. Find the value you need to bring a little more joy to your world. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
I'm Jordan Rudolph, and I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. As our mission to serve and help have a positive influence on so many people, we can't thank you enough for having our back and helping us spread that mission forward into helping more people in the area.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your goals and for 10 years of support.
We view people as more than a before and after.
We're in your corner through the ups and the downs that life has to offer because we know that they'll happen.
To see if you're the right fit for us or if we're the right fit for you, head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Get Grandma's home-style meatloaf with mashed potatoes, gravy, and corn for $18.99, as well as mixers for $4.50. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
In your morning consumer news, shoppers facing an increased risk of scams this time of year. Officials report more than $12 billion in total fraud last year, driven by imposter scams, fake online deals, and delivery fraud. They say scammers come up with new ways to steal your money and personal information every year, so be on high alert. A record 58.9 million people are expected to shop this Saturday before Christmas, known as Super Saturday. That's up more than 1 million from last year and beating the previous record set in 2022. Nearly half of people plan to shop both in stores and online. And Menards is settling a false advertising lawsuit for $4.25 million. Wisconsin's Attorney General says the company will pay 10 states that sued Menards over its rebate program. The states accuse the company of falsely advertising that rebate program as a point of purchase discount. But as you may know, you have to mail those rebates in. And you might have noticed a lower number at the gas pump. Experts say they expect that to keep dropping. Here in La Crosse, drivers are paying as little as $2.37 a gallon. That's among the lowest in the state.
We are looking at prices continuing to fall easily through Christmas and on into early next year. In fact, we are actually expecting prices to continue falling, probably another 10 cents a gallon.
AAA says if you're driving, the best time to hit the road is next Tuesday before 10 a.m. Surveys show Americans don't feel great about the overall economy right now, but it's not stopping them from hitting the road to travel for the holidays, as Karen Kafa reports.
Americans aren't letting economic uneasiness stop them from hitting the roads, the rails, and the airports for the holidays.
The uncertain economy is certainly not stopping them from holiday travel. This is yet another record season.
AAA forecasts 122.4 million U.S. travelers will take a trip at least 50 miles from home during the end-of-year holiday travel period. That's up 2.2% from 2024. About 90% of holiday travelers, AAA says, will go by car, with the national average for a gallon of gas sitting below $3 thanks to crude oil prices down 20% from this time last year. In the skies, industry trade group Airlines for America anticipates domestic airlines will carry 52.6 million passengers between December 19th and January 5th, up 1.5% over 2024. Expedia's Melanie Fish says passengers who want to travel with minimal crowds should avoid the highest volume days.
The busiest day for air travel is shaping up to be that Saturday right before Christmas. And then the second busiest day is shaping up to be the 26th, the day right after Christmas.
Airlines for America predicts U.S. Airlines will add 72,000 seats each day of the holiday stretch. Sarah Kopit, editor-in-chief for travel news site Skift, says airlines have prepared for the rush as best they can, even as the nation grapples with an ongoing air traffic controller shortage.
The airports and the airlines, they are confident that this season they'll be able to handle anyone who wants to come out and fly.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
All right, good luck to us all. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
Thanks, Alexander. Taking a look at what's happening outside right now. Not much in the way of rainfall showing, but the winds are here. We're getting into La Crosse. You're at 40 degrees right now. South-south winds sustained about 16 miles per hour. Eau Claire has winds about 8 miles per hour to the south. 39 degrees for you right there. The flag is barely moving there, so you have a little bit of wind gust out there. 41 degrees for Winona, holding on to a south wind at 6 miles per hour. And those winds are out of the south right now, but they will turn westerly. When that happens, we're going to find ourselves with a little bit more extra rainfall turning into snow in your forecast. Let's get into how this all shapes up. You can see these winds coming out of the south as we go right through sunrise, then finish out with those winds coming in as we go through the mid-morning hours and continue on. That's when the rain starts to move in, and then snowfall will start to change out of that as well. Holding on to the possibility of this coming in from the south, working its way all the way up towards areas by Prairie du Chien, getting in La Crosse and Winona, and eventually Eau Claire getting in that as well. We could see a low chance, possibility of some freezing drizzles, freezing rain associated with that as well. That moisture is getting pulled in also with an area of low pressure right here, guiding in some of that moisture right back at us. And eventually we're seeing from the south more of that moisture coming down as well, with a cold front starting to sweep up to the north and headed our way as it goes into Minnesota and Iowa. We'll take a look how we're getting some folks getting into some shower activity, some folks getting into a mix of rain and snow. The closer you are to the river, the closer you'll be in for more rainfall to snowfall as a mix in some cases. Holding on to areas by Winona and Viroqua, you're looking at, you're going to hold on to Viroqua, holding on to the possibility possibility of a mix of rain and snow. You'll also pick up again as you go right by La Crosse. You've got a mix of rain and snow there. Back up to Osseo, you're holding on to that mix. In some locations, also seeing a few showers like you get into Sparta there as well. Back up to the north, though, you'll see a mix of rain and snow going into areas by Eau Claire. And you're going to see that rain first, turning into snow eventually as we get into the afternoon. So most of the rainfall is going to be in the morning, then carrying over to the noon hour where you'll see that mix kick in, and then more snowfall will finish out the afternoon going into the evening hours. As we go right through the 8 o'clock hour, you'll see that batch of moisture coming up from Prairie du Chien. Light to near moderate rainfall starts to move in, going towards La Crosse all the way to Black River Falls and Sparta as well. And then it begins to tick out of the region. We're also seeing a mix up there by Rice Lake and Rusk County up there by Ladysmith. Eau Claire is going to try to get closer to that as we go into it, with that moisture starting to move a little bit more to the east there with that mix. But snowfall's on the way going into western portions of Rusk County. You're going to get into Eau Claire with some snowfall on the way, clearing by the 11 o'clock hour into the noon hour. By that time, you're in snow up there. If you're in Eau Claire, getting up to Rice Lake as well, and into Black River Falls, holding on to a little bit of a break holding on there. But we're going to see more snow crossing the river, getting towards Winona and then La Crosse with a mix of rain and snow. Sparta's in that as well. We'll also see snowfall in areas right by Holman, getting into areas by Onalaska as well, turning into a mix of rain and snow, then becoming more snowfall as we go right into the afternoon. That's more widespread going in from La Crosse all the way down to Vernon County. Prairie du Chien getting into that as well, and all the way up to the north, that continues to be more widespread. That continues as La Crosse gets out of that just for an hour or two, comes back again as we see more snowfall starting to billow in, coming in from the north, and that continues to turn a little bit north to northwest in the forecast. As you can see, holding on to the possibility of more of that rainfall, I should say snowfall, turning into areas into the 6 o'clock hour for your evening commute. That continues on all the way to the 8 o'clock hour and all the way to the 10 o'clock hour, with snow continuing to track all the way out of the region gradually by the time we get in the midnight hour. That's how that all looks for the rain and snow. We're going to be seeing at least 1/4 of an inch of rainfall or less as far as rain is concerned. As far as snow is concerned, we could see possibly just a little bit of that, maybe less than an inch or so. As we go into the forecast today, we've got the rain, snow, and wind. That wind carries over tomorrow as well with colder conditions. We'll see eventually milder conditions for Saturday, leading into colder conditions for Sunday.
Thank you, Art. Coming up, the American Academy of Pediatrics is losing millions in federal funding under the Trump administration. We'll tell you how it could impact programs for sudden infant death, autism, and rural health care. And a new device could help track and control tantrums in children. We'll have those details after the morning sports blitz.
Well, the Badgers will play for a spot in the national championship tonight. Hear from one of their top players, plus some area head coaching news. The Blitz is coming up next.
Time is running out at Howe's Diamond Jewelers in downtown La Crosse. These are the final days of the sale, with up to 80% off diamonds, gemstones, and gold jewelry. You won't see savings like this again, so come in now before it's all gone.
Beef dreams to be slow roasted by Arby's, tossed in hickory barbecue sauce, and sold 2 for $6. Who are you to deny dreams? Arby's, we have the meat.
You know what's on my mind? It's butt cold out here and I don't have any heat at home. Well, gotta have heat, Einstein. Up yours, smarty. I just don't know who to call.
Jacob said Chuck used a local company. The Primary Colors, the good one?
What?
What?
Huh?
Well, there's your sign.
Jeez Louise.
Moron.
Hey, putz.
Call GNC.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Everybody's friendly, and if you've got problems or need some help, they'll pitch in.
All the things I used to do before I came here, I still do. It gives you freedom and a little happiness.
You don't have to shovel, you don't have to mow.
I would recommend this place highly. We looked at several, and this was the top of my line. The meals, everything is just, it's great.
Stop into Pischke Motors to get your new Ram now. Get a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty on all new 2026 Ram trucks. This offer will end December 31st, so stop in now. And during the wrap-up-the-year sales event, get 0% financing for 60 months on all new 2026 Bighorn and Laramie Ram 1500s. Or save over $10,000 off MSRP on select inventory. Hurry in because this offer ends December 31st. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Time is running out at Howe's Diamond Jewelers in downtown La Crosse. These are the final days of the sale with up to 80% off diamonds, gemstones, and gold jewelry. You won't see savings like this again, so come in now before it's all gone.
All right, what do you think?
I think we can do a little better.
I think we can do even better.
I agree. That's more like it.
Happy holidays. News 8 Now Sports.
Well, later tonight, Wisconsin will make their 7th appearance in the NCAA Women's Volleyball Final Four, but again, it'll be a tall task for Kelly Sheffield and the Badgers. Not that they aren't used to the tough competition, but Kentucky does possess some real weapons on the front lines with their 2 outside hitters that were named first-team All-Americans in Eva Hudson and Brooklyn DeLay. Wisconsin and the Wildcats have never faced off in the postseason, but UW has had Kentucky's number as of late in the series, winning the last 3 regular season matches between the 2 programs. Badgers going for their first NCAA championship since 2021.
Coming into this tournament, we talked about the second that you think that something is owed to you is the second you lose, the second your season is over. So it does have to be an active refusal or an active search for a win, for a championship as you move through this, because it's not going to just fall into anybody's lap.
Wisconsin and Kentucky will serve it up 30 minutes following the conclusion of the first semifinal between Texas A&M and Pittsburgh. All 3 matches this weekend will air on ESPN. Well, some coaching news to pass along. Former head coach of the Onalaska cross country and track teams, Darren Shepherdson, has been hired as the head coach for the men and women at Winona State for cross country. Shepherdson served on the role at Onalaska since 1994. He led the Hilltopper boys to a state cross country title back in 2021 and coached 4 teams to runner-up finishes at state. He graduated from Winona Senior High back in 1985 and is in the Hall of Fame. And don't forget, the News 8 Play of the Week nominees are live, so don't forget to go vote for your favorite. That's going to wrap things up for this morning edition of the News 8 Blitz. We'll see you back here later tonight.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage,
yes,
man?
Sir. That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromise in their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. Might as well just give us a call to help.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning, and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was personalized. It was all about me. You put in the arch supports, and your day becomes better, and the sun shines, the unicorns run by, and, you know, it's a good life. I'm Randy, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Finding new adventures and extra confidence and extra miles and room for everyone and standout style. And it all comes together in a Chevy SUV.
You can get $1,500 cash allowance on all 2026 Traverse models.
Visit HometownChevy.com.
Macy's Great Gift Sale is the best place for last-minute gifts, like up to 65% off fine jewelry and up to half off fragrances and cashmere. Come in, experience the holidays, and walk out with everything on your list at Macy's Great Gift Sale, going on now.
Hey, Dominic here to tell you about our great Wisconsin-made gifts for every occasion. T-shirts for birthdays, cookbooks for showers, aprons for Mother's Day, hats for Father's Day, gift boxes for weddings and thank you gifts, and for Christmas or any other celebration. We have mini cinnamon bears. They even smell like pleasing. Get your gifts at our outlet store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. West Mex meals start at just $5, only at Taco John's.
It's time to wrap up your holiday shopping for less at Blaine's Farm and Fleet with great last-minute gifts at even better prices for all the originals on your list. Like assorted slippers for the whole family, 25% off. These mini snack makers, $9.99. Save $100 on this DeWalt drill and impact driver combo kit. Plus, Blaine's gift cards make the perfect stocking stuffers. Find the value you need to bring a little more joy to your world. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, the original.
Miss a story or need to watch it again? Find them all on the News 8 Now app.
Wind and rain today, followed by milder conditions. Still holding on to colder conditions, though, once we get into tomorrow. More about that in just a moment.
Right now this morning, a meeting today could have a huge impact on local hemp businesses. I'll have more info on the potential ordinance up next.
President Trump defends his economic record in a primetime speech. We'll tell you more about what he said. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Thursday, December 18th, just about 6:30 in the morning. You just got 2 more work days to get through. So hopefully you're, pumping up the jam. We got a party to tell you guys about later in the newscast. We're feeling the vibes, I guess.
Yeah, yes we are. Yeah, the 70s are back again.
Yeah.
Oh my. All right, so we get into it here. We're holding on to the possibility of this as we get into it today. Wind up to 26 miles per hour this early morning, turning into rainfall on the way. Then once we get into the afternoon, a mix of rain and snow starts to move in, and eventually we're going to find ourselves with that mix turning into snowfall for everybody, going widespread through the afternoon and into the evening and into the nighttime, possibly overnight as well. We'll hold on to the possibility of temperatures right now this morning in the 30s to around 40 degrees. Yeah, they'll only warm up about a few degrees here, maybe up to 3 to 4 degrees in the afternoon. We're looking at 41, maybe up to about, say, 39 for one of the coldest spots, and then, of course, 43 down in Prairie du Chien. We'll hold on to Eau Claire getting colder as we go right into your Friday and your Saturday, and look at Sunday dropping down to 12 degrees, but we bring it right back up for Monday going into most of next week as well. Temperatures will also start to cool as we go right into your Friday. Colder conditions will start in the early morning, then become cooler to near seasonal average by Saturday, turning into colder conditions on your Sunday, then eventually back well above seasonal averages, and of course those milder conditions leading into your Christmas Eve as well as Christmas. Those winds will be gusty today. These are just sustained winds. We'll get gusts up to 45 miles per hour later on in the day. You can see what the winds are like right now. When I come back, I'll give you a better overview of how this all shapes up, so please stick around.
Thank you, Art. President Trump defending his record on the economy in a primetime speech last night as we take a live look at the White House, where he spoke from the Oval Office for about 20 minutes, blaming Democrats as he talked up his accomplishments on immigration, trade, and lowering prices. But the speech comes as many Americans say they're being squeezed by higher prices. CBS's Jared Hill reports.
We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen.
In an 18-minute primetime address focused on his economy, President Trump began by blaming his predecessor.
11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it.
He celebrated his efforts to curb immigration.
We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country.
Championed tariff policy.
We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs.
And touted efforts to curb inflation.
I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast.
Not entirely true, according to CBS News analysis of government data. Americans also say they're feeling the pinch when paying for essentials.
Prices are just too high. Everything is too high.
In a new CBS News poll, 63% of respondents said the economy is bad. 76% say their income isn't keeping up with inflation.
My grocery bill has definitely doubled.
The latest government data also shows that unemployment ticked up to 4.6% last month, the highest in 4 years.
In Trump's America, people are being squeezed.
in every direction.
Looking to the future, President Trump announced plans for a warrior dividend, $1,776 for some members of the military, the amount a nod to the year the country was founded. He also promised to unveil aggressive housing reform in the new year. Jared Hill, CBS News.
President Trump's speech comes as Affordable Care Act subsidies are set to expire at the end of the year. He says subsidies should go directly to Americans, not insurance companies. He's taking his economic message to North Carolina tomorrow. And La Crosse County's Board of Supervisors will vote on putting an age restriction on hemp-derived products. News 8 Now Seth Padilla is in the newsroom with those details for us. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. So as of right now, certain parts of La Crosse County have no age restrictions when it comes to buying hemp-based products. This new ordinance is looking to impose new clear guidelines and restrictions for sellers. So to give people some background, a 2018 federal farm bill loophole is what allows businesses to sell hemp-derived THC products. Some municipalities, like the city of La Crosse, have implemented age restrictions, but in other areas in La Crosse County, like unincorporated ones, the vendor gets to decide who they sell to. La Crosse County aims to address the confusion.
What this ordinance will do is make sure that we have a set of rules in place for those, especially under 21, really limiting their access to these products and penalizing vendors who are not checking IDs or who are selling to those under 21.
The county board will vote on the ordinance today. If it passes, it goes into effect immediately. And while local municipalities debate restrictions, there is a bill circulating in Wisconsin State Senate that would restrict THC products for anyone under 21. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now This Morning.
Thank you for that update, Seth. We'll let you know what happens tonight. And some new details tied to the Blackhawk Bridge implosion. In Wisconsin, the entire ferry landing area will be closed to the public for safety, so that means no public viewing. The bridge went up in 1931. It closed in October for safety concerns. The new bridge set to open in 2027. Tomorrow's demolition is set for 9:30 a.m. Winter is putting extra strain on local animal shelters as rising costs force tough decisions for pet owners. News 8 Now's JD McGee reports.
Shelters across Wisconsin have been operating under heavy pressure this winter. Pressure that's been building around La Crosse for months.
We've been sitting over capacity at around 300 to 325 animals for probably the last 8 months. Our owner surrender numbers are about 55% up from last year, which is pretty incredible.
Staff say the increase in surrenders is tied to multiple factors, but the biggest issue coming up when families walk through the door? Finances. Shelters say families have to pay for multiple expenses for both themselves and their pets.
It's hard to kind of prioritize certain aspects when your food has increased in cost quite a bit. You know, are you feeding your kids or are you feeding your pet? That's really kind of shown as the #1 reason that people were struggling or unable to keep their pets.
Shelter workers say the emotional toll is just as heavy for both the family and animals.
It's pretty sad for all of us. You know, people really do love their animals in most cases, and having to give them up is pretty traumatic for a handful of people we've seen over this last fall.
Shelter workers say the biggest challenge now is how long these conditions could last.
We really hope that improves, but until something kind of changes and inflation settles down a little bit, I don't necessarily see a dramatic change from where we are right now.
Reporting in La Crosse, JD McGee, News 8 Now This Morning.
The Coulee Region Humane Society says they're donating some of their pet food to the Hunger Task Force. And an update on Bubba's Fund. It's now raised $60,000. That foundation looks to bring AEDs to child care centers in Wisconsin in honor of Alex Weber and Moran Lawning's son Charlie, who died at daycare last year. Most of the devices will be placed in centers in La Crosse, with distribution starting today. In our medical news this morning, the American Academy of Pediatrics is losing millions in funding for grants that federal officials say don't align with the Trump administration's priorities. The AAP says the terminations will impact programs dedicated to reducing sudden infant death, rural access to health care, and early identification of autism. The AAP says it's exploring all available options. While temper tantrums are normal for young children, those with a disorder may have added struggles when it comes to regulating their behavior. Mandy Gaither has more on a new study into how a device could be used to detect a tantrum before it happens.
They're cute, full of energy, and a lot of emotions. They're not sure how to express.
We say terrible twos. Kids at that age, they pretty much virtually every 2-year-old has tantrums.
At Mayo Clinic, psychiatrist Dr. Magdalena Romanovich teaches parents what to do during a tantrum, but there are significant wait lists for families hoping for help. It's a problem across the country, and for children with emotional and behavioral disorders, tantrums may not go away without treatment.
Frequently, parents would say, if only, Dr. R, if only you could be with us at home when we are really struggling with our child.
That sparked this study published this week. Using a smartwatch, researchers collected data like a rising heart rate, sleep patterns, and activity levels.
With this technology, we can predict the tantrum even up to an hour before it happens with the use of the data.
Not only do researchers say they can predict a tantrum, but also alert parents within seconds with an encrypted message through a smartphone app, allowing them to intervene. They say that quick action shortens severe tantrums by an average of 11 minutes. That's about half the duration seen in traditional therapy.
Kind of like me whispering in their ear what to do.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Josie's 8 months, and she loves watching her dogs play together.
She loves the Christmas tree, too, it looks like. And Rowan is 8. She loves Roblox and everything pink. Happy birthday to you, Rowan.
Right on. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 80 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com. Coming up, if you're looking to dance away the holiday stress this weekend, the Pump House has you covered. We're joined by some organizers of Pump Up the Jam. We've been talking about it all morning. Stay with us.
This Friday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend, in-store and online. Friday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
Get your projects done with Bosch Power Tools from Menards. They're engineered to handle the toughest jobs, and Menards carries over 75 Bosch tools in stock. An 18-volt compact drill kit makes a great gift, just $79. Power through any project with an 18-volt battery and charger for $99. Get the handy person on your list your choice of an 18-volt angle grinder or circular saw, only $119 each.
You came prepared to take on the pressure. We came prepared to give you none of that, just more out of buying a car. At Maury's West Salem Kia, you get our best price up front. No scripts, no side eyes, no 4-hour negotiations. Maury's sales team doesn't work on commission, so you get more help, less hassle. Need service? With Maury's, you get honest work done right. We even do more for our community. Get more with Maury's West Salem Kia. Visit MaurysWestSalemKia.com.
The gift of relaxation and pampering is the perfect gift to give this holiday season. It is the Sue Colby's experience, the gift your special someone is really hoping for, and the gift she really deserves. Order your gift cards online today at SueColby's.com or pick them up at Sue Colby's Salon and Day Spa, because she deserves the very best.
Love Arby's famous roast beef? Love Hickory barbecue sauce? Love 2 for $6 deals? Meet the RBQ. It loves to be loved. Arby's, we have the meat.
When a migraine strikes and I've taken a trip down, side effects like dizziness can throw me off. Ugh, migraine again. Ubrelvy works differently. It keeps me in rhythm, quickly stopping migraine pain within 2 hours. And some have pain relief that lasts all day, so I can handle whatever the day may throw at me. Don't take if allergic or with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Report increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur days after use. Ask your doctor how you can stop migraine attacks and stay in rhythm with Ubrelvy.
This Friday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Friday only and only at Hy-Vee.
All right, welcome back. As we get into your forecast, these winds are going to be out of the south, eventually turning to the west, going to the forecast. We're going to be seeing more of that wind coming in, or bringing in some areas of low pressure, and of course some rainfall coming in from the northwest as well as from the south. That will bring in that, and then turn to the afternoon where we get a wintry mix. You're seeing right now the winds are starting to pick up again for La Crosse. They were up at 26 miles per hour earlier this morning. Now they're starting back up again. Holding on to the possibility of Eau Claire. Right now you're at 39 degrees currently, holding on to 41 degrees as you get into areas by Winona. La Crosse is at 40 degrees as well. And that will be the high for the day as well, believe it or not. We'll get into the rainfall sneaking in as we go right through the sunrise time, holding on to the possibility of coming up from the south. You'll see it down by Mason City, working towards Rochester, then to Winona, eventually Eau Claire, and then La Crosse gets in that as well. Holman, West Salem, you guys are all in that too, going towards areas by Black River Falls, eventually into Sparta. We've got more rainfall coming back again, coming in from the north, and that's skinny. It's around an area of low pressure right there that's been there since yesterday. It's pulling in more moisture for us, and we're also seeing that snowfall, as I just showed you, but rainfall is coming up from the southwest, and we'll keep an eye on that too. As we get into it, we're going to see the rainfall start to go up to light to near moderate, going areas to right there by Sparta, going into areas by Black River Falls, and of course you can see right by Prairie du Chien going towards Richland Center, and then Bosqueville as well. Up to the north, Rice Lake all the way into Rusk County. On the western side of Rusk County, you're looking at a mix of rain and snow in the forecast there. That will continue to move over towards Eau Claire possibly as well. That continues to track a little bit more to the east, but now snow is working across the river, holding on the possibilities of that becoming more widespread as we go in the 12 o'clock hour, turning to a mix of rain and snow. Down to the south, we have a wintry mix down by Prairie du Chien, Bosqueville, and Richland Center, getting to Viroqua as well, and La Crosse for that matter. Then it goes all the way into snowfalls. We transition into the 1 o'clock hour. Snow starts to work across the river. We have a mix of that snowfall, and of course by Sparta and La Crosse, all the way through at least 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Then eventually we're still looking at widespread snow in the area. That continues on by the 2 o'clock hour. It breaks away from La Crosse a little bit as these winds continue to ramp up to 45 miles per hour. So that causes a break. But then we're going to see that lift up to the north a little bit. Then we hold on to the possibility of more snow on the way as we go through the evening commute and continue on all the way into the evening hours. At 8 o'clock, we are in widespread snowfall. We'll be picking up that all the way through the evening hours, and then all the way through late night. You see that snowfall still over La Crosse and Eau Claire, backing away gradually as we lead into the midnight hour. As that happens, we're going to find ourselves getting into temperatures that are going to be like this. We'll get into tonight holding on to temperatures that are stay steady, say about 11 degrees down to about 5 degrees and back to 11 degrees as we go into sunrise. That continues on. Then we'll go right back into temperatures for tomorrow, where you're seeing by 7 degrees in the morning, leading into 25 degrees for the afternoon. Those temperatures will continue to warm as we go right through the afternoon and into the evening and into tomorrow night. So that means we're going to be seeing conditions to be like this, milder or so as we go right into your Saturday. Temperatures around 31, so that's near seasonal by a degree or so. Then we'll go right back into 20-degree temperatures where you're looking at Sunday, where those conditions are much colder. And then once we get into next week, temperatures get back into the 30s, upper 30s back again, once again, all the way into your Christmas Eve as well as your Christmas. Get out and enjoy it if you can, and have a wonderful day.
Well, new this morning, it is time to shake off the holiday stress. The Pump House Regional Art Center hosting an adult dance party this Saturday night. And we're joined by some of the organizers to tell us a little bit more. Good morning, looking fabulous this morning.
Good morning. Good to see you guys. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about this dance party. What should we know?
Yeah, so, pump up the jam. Obviously, there's a little play on words down at the Pump House Regional Art Center. So we have this amazing theater and this amazing connection with some local DJs from the Driftless region, and we decided let's do a dance party. Yeah, this is the first one, hopefully, in a series of 3 that we're going to be doing over the coming months, January and February as well. But this one's coming up this Saturday, and it's really just a chance to you know, kick back.
Yeah.
It's a 21 plus event, but it's a chance to like kind of come out, do something before you get into the creep of the holidays. It's that 20th, that Saturday before we're all really into like the 2-week holiday push.
It's time to get serious. So really shaking off that holiday stress.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, we need it.
I'm sorry. So when do the doors open and when does the music start? So what's going on?
Yeah, so doors are going to open at 6 o'clock. Music goes from 7 all the way until 1 a.m. So we're rocking all the way into Sunday morning.
Okay.
And then, so there's a $10 cover at the door, so you don't have to worry about tickets. And then if you come early from that 6 to 7 o'clock time period, it's half off the cover. So you actually get in for only $5 instead of $10.
Okay, great to know there. And then what should we know about the music? We know there's a few different DJs. What's going on there?
Yeah, we have a great lineup of 3 different DJs. Myself, DJ Ranger Danger. Only you can set the floor on fire. And I'll be doing some organic house, some down-tempo house. We have Murder Queen lined up, going to do some vinyl DJing, funk, disco. And then wrapping it all up, we'll have Bass Attack doing some more house and breakbeat music.
Okay,
so,
very cool. So a little bit of something for everything. We've got some photos. Is that you?
That's me right there.
Some photos of
There's
that.
Murder Queen.
Okay, great. Great to see you guys in action. Definitely
And
looks
Bass
like a
Attack.
fun
So
time.
are there any other surprises going on for the party?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, I think we're going to try to bust out all the fun little accoutrements that we have in the theater up there, Art. So we're actually in the midst of a fundraising campaign for a new LED lighting system. So we're still running on all this really awesome donated incandescent lights from Viterbo. And so we're going to bust out the smoke and the fog and a bunch of beautiful disco balls that you have up on the graphic, and just try to play around and have a really good time. We'll have some visuals going that probably will be going along to the music, and then the bar will be open downstairs as well. So.
Okay, sounds very fun. And so are costumes required, encouraged?
I mean,
What's the
certainly
guidance there?
encouraged,
Always
right?
encouraged.
I mean, always
Yeah,
encouraged.
always
Yeah,
encouraged.
I think, you know, it's casual. You want to be able to like wear something that you feel good in, that you can move in. But yeah, you know, you don't have to wear a costume, that's for sure.
But
It's no
something like
stress.
this, you guys were able to, you know,
For
pull
sure.
together a fun
For
vibe.
sure. Well, hey, you got a vibe right there too.
We do, yes, we've got our glasses
so
ready.
the
Something
thing
as
is-
easy as this,
The
right?
thing is, yeah, you can do that too, or you can do this, like if you like want to be cooler and just kind of
cooler.
hold on.
See, it's so easy. Yeah,
Ray
it's
Charles
just
going on there too.
an instant vibe. Anything else that we need to know before we head out? I can barely see you guys. Got to take these off. I got to be serious now.
Truthfully, I think really that, you know, this is one of those events that I think is fun for, you know, everyone in that 21 up age group. So please feel like if you haven't ever seen a DJ before, this is a great opportunity to come down and check that out, right? That's what we try to do at the Pump House, is bring, you know, new types of experiences to a whole host of different people. So.
Okay, great. And that is Saturday at the Pump House.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you both for being here to let us know about it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, stay with us. We'll be
see
right
you there.
back. We'll see you there.
I do like knowing the person that's sitting across from my desk. I've formed a lot of relationships over the years based on trust. When I see the look on a member's face, when I say, yes, this loan is good, you're good to go, it makes me happy. To me, being the team you can trust is honesty. When you do a loan with me at Firefighters Credit Union, like everything we do, it's not about the car, it's about you.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best friend.
Happy together.
And the first timer. The neighborhood hero. And the out-of-towners. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
During Chevy Red Tag, get 0% financing on this Silverado. That's over $6,900 total value. Plus, Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Don't wait too long to finish your shopping. Wrap it all up at Fleet Farm now. This week only, holiday snack trays are 25% off. For your furry friends, buy one, get one 50% off all Kong treats and toys. Pop into Toyland for 40% off select toys for the kids. Plus, don't miss Milwaukee Deal Days, happening right now at Fleet Farm, the home of last-minute gifting for everyone on your list. And for even more ideas, check out our gift guides at fleetfarm.com.
We all want to be understood, to matter, to build a life that feels balanced and fulfilling. At Dovetail Counseling, we meet you where you are, with compassionate and honest therapy, making you a strong and seamless whole. We specialize in trauma therapy and neurodivergent well-being. Visit our website or call. Would you like to be understood? Dovetail Counseling, healing through connection in downtown La Crosse.
Welcome to Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet. Shop our huge selection of upholstery by Ashley, Catnapper, and Best Home Furnishings. Sleep better with our selection of double-sided, hybrid, or all-foam mattresses, adjustable bases, and bedroom sets available. Set your dining room up with a new table, chairs, bar stools, or counter height available. Throw down a rug to complete any room, scatters, 5x8s, 8x10s, and more. No gimmicks, no corporate hassles. Open 7 days a week. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability, those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero. It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle.
All right, what do you think?
I think this looks good, but I also think we can do a little better.
I think so too. You know, I think we can do even better.
I agree.
That's more like it.
Happy holidays from News 8 Now. The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
More than 300 people dressed in Santa suits hitting the slopes in Maine over the weekend for the resort's 25th annual Santa Sunday fundraiser. There they all come. According to the resort, this year's event raised $10,000 for 2 local nonprofits.
La Crosse County's Board of Supervisors will vote on putting an age restriction on hemp-derived products. So right now, certain parts of La Crosse County have no age restrictions when it comes to buying hemp-based products. This new ordinance, though, looks to impose new, clear guidelines and restrictions for sellers. So to give everyone some background, a 2018 federal farm bill loophole is what allows businesses to sell hemp-derived THC products. Some municipalities, like the city of La Crosse, have implemented age restrictions, but in other areas in La Crosse County, like unincorporated ones, the vendor gets to decide who they sell to. The county board will vote on the ordinance today. If it passes, it goes into effect immediately. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
A judge set bond at $1 million for Matthew Sierra, accused of killing a woman and unborn child in a La Crosse house fire. Sierra faces first-degree murder in the death of Alexis Pickett. An autopsy revealed she died before the fire started. Officials say Pickett was pregnant with Sierra's second child. He was an instructor at Western Tech, and he is on administrative leave. In Wisconsin, the entire ferry landing of the Black Hawk Bridge will be closed to the public for safety during tomorrow's demolition. That bridge went up in 1931. It closed earlier this year for safety concerns. The new bridge will open in 2027. Tomorrow's demolition is set for 9:30 a.m.
And as we go through your morning commute, you have rainfall on the way, breezy, gusty winds. They will pick up as we go into the afternoon when that wintry mix starts to move in around the noon hour. That continues as we go into the 2 o'clock hour for snowfall, and that goes all the way through the afternoon, evening, and into tonight, possibly into tomorrow morning. We'll on to, again, some temperatures still similar as we get into 30s and then start to cool on down going into tomorrow as well. You see the snowfall for Eau Claire. That's going to be a little bit on the heavier side with a mix of rain and snow. Then a possibility of, again, cooling you down as we go through the weekend and bringing temperatures right back up for next week for Christmas. Be safe.
All right, looking a little more manageable than what we've been seeing. Thank you for that, Art. Thanks for waking up with us. We'll see you back here later on at noon.